Hello again, it's time for another project. Today we're going to do some routing work on this fence panel. These are standard 6" by I believe 6 foot. They do come in smaller lengths. It's a rough timber. You can purchase from any garden centre. Beforehand they do look like this. They're quite very rough looking. But a bit of sanding, bit of time with the sander. Just a standard sander, belt sander. And you can get that fairly smooth. And these two pieces will be joined together eventually. So making a 12" by 22. This one's for my mum. She came on and said, could I do a plaque for a friend with the words Natalie and Carl on it. So I was, okay, no problem, I can do that for you. Thinking it would just be a simple Natalie and Carl plaque. And then she said, Natalie and Carl live here. So, okay, we'll add on the live here bit. Also, could you put me a Buddha on as well? Okay, Mum, I'll put your Buddha on. And also, can I have a dragon on the other side as well? Right. Oh, and the word "and" thrown in. So what started off being a simple project is going to be quite a little bit of work involved. But it's for Mother, so it doesn't matter, does it, guys? Right. That's basically the shape we're going to get once it's all drawn on. The tail originally came somewhere down here somewhere and it just wouldn't fit on, so we're going to modify that and fit it like so. So the best way for me to do this is to put carbon paper underneath and basically draw around it all. So we'll do that now. Okay, we've laid out our design. There's quite a lot going on here. Bit too much for me personally, but if that's what Mother wanted, then that's what Mother shall get. The tail I couldn't fit on, so we had a little bit of a modification. Originally that was curled round and it was just too long. So it'll fit in there nicely, there's no problem with that. Right, this is the way I do it. Got it all laid out. And the best bet for me is simply to get your carbon paper underneath like so and draw around it. Some of the good guys, they can just glue that straight to the wood and route over the darkened out section. Like I said in previous videos, I've done this a couple of times and it's just not working for me. So I just draw around it all like so, as you can see. So it's stick it down, a bit of decorated tape. This allows you to flick it all over, see what you've got going down. Right, like I say, there's a lot going on. So that's all ready to route out now. So we'll go back down into the shed and start our routing out bit. Right, we're back in the shed. What I will do with this, I'll actually route this out as two separate pieces and then we'll join them together at the end. It's only because I have such a small area to work with and it works for me. The bits we're going to use to draw around my outline is these little CNC bits. Nice clean hands, as you can see. You will require a collet on this. And that literally just slots on there. These are fantastic, I love these. And I will draw around everything with this. Remember, we're taking the in letters in, so the letters are coming out, where normally a lot of my projects I go around the outside. And then I'll go a little 1/8 bit there to take these middles out, just because it just fits in nicely. So let's set this up, the CNC bit first, to go around everything, and then we'll swap it for that one. Take the Right, we've gone around the top section of our plaque with the CNC bit. The smaller bits like this, I just use the CNC bit like these, and the word "and" that was all done out with the machine. It's coming off really easy. I would have been quite happy to go around the full lot with the CNC bit, but it's going to take far too long. So we've done the outlines. Now we'll put on our little 1/8 bit and just go inside these, and that's just big enough to fit in, and these are pop off really easy, all being well. So we'll change our router bit now, and then we'll get this top piece done. Right, we've done our top half more or less. Still a bit rough at the moment. I like to go around with the Dremel afterwards and some burr of some description on, just to generally tidy it up. But you can see from that the general idea. What you've got to remember at the end of the day, this is only cheap wood. You know, it's just, you get plenty for your money, and it's good practice piece if somebody that's just new to the router and they don't want to waste money on really expensive woods. These are ideal for you people, but make sure your wood is dry. I was used to get a bit carried away at the beginning, and I was purchasing it from the garden centre, coming straight home and working on it, and it was still wet. I learnt by mistake, so the drier the wood, the better it's going to cut. If I can just show you the bottom half, which we've got to do yet, and hopefully we'll join them two pieces together like so. So this dragon will come all the way down here, and now same with your Buddha, hopefully it'll match up there. So far so good. And then we'll paint it all black in between the lettering, give it a nice sanding over, put some linseed oil on. Because this is a fence panel, it's already treated to go outside, so there's no other treatment required on it. You want to throw something on, that's up to you guys, but linseed oil and that will be done for me. So yeah, we'll crack on with the second half. I won't do this on camera because it's the same boring procedure. So we'll come back hopefully when this is matching up with the top half. Right, we've done the bottom half. Exactly the same procedure as the top half, obviously. So we didn't miss much there. Did they fit together? Near enough what I want. You can see from that. So all we need to do now is go around, a little Dremel, a couple of little burrs on, and give it just a general tidy up, make them a little bit more crispier. At the end of the day, this is just fence panel wood, so it is cheap nasty wood. But for those that's just starting out in routing and certain projects, it's ideal because it is really cheap and you're not going to waste a lot of money on expensive fancy woods. So we'll tidy this up and then we'll work out how we're going to connect the two together before we start painting it and stuff. Okay, that's as far as we can go as regards to the sanding and generally tidying up. You can go on forever more and you're still going to find little bits like that bit down there. So, paint time. Just going to be a standard satin black, which I use on most of my projects. Just before we paint it, I'm going to spray on some clear sealant, and all that's going to do is seal the ends, hopefully, of where we've gone down with the router, because it's quite a porous wood, it is, I would say, quite powdery, and what we don't want is what they call paint bleed, where the paint just bleeds into the sides and it's not as crispy as it could look. You're never going to make it 100%, but it's best for the couple of seconds it takes to spray this on to save yourself a lot of trouble, and it'll just look a bit better. So we'll just spray it like so. Doesn't have to be brilliant, but just to help it a little bit. Like that. I'll turn this round and continue spraying. Right, that's all nicely dried now, and we're good to start the painting. Originally I was going to do it all in black. That's the dragon, the Buddha and all the writing. But I thought, it seems there's so much going on in such a small space. Let's just go over the top, and I'm just going to do colour. So I'm going to have a nice Painter's Touch red for the red dragon. Sounds familiar. Painter's Touch black for all the lettering. And the Buddha himself is going to be a nice metallic gold. Now, I've never used this paint before, so we're going to try him. So we've got gold, black and red. Talk about throwing some colour in. So I'll just basically just brush this on like so. You can spray it if you prefer to mask everything off. I'll personally just fly around with a brush, let it dry, and if you see any bits you can go over again and make sure it's right, and then we'll sand it off like I say. So I'll just throw this paint on. You've all seen people putting paint on, so we're not missing anything there. So I'll come back when this is all done. In this, and once it's dry we'll put on our black paint. So we'll come back when it's dry. Right, that's obviously nicely dried. The metallic gold didn't work out, so I've just covered it over with the red. You can see from these two different pieces, I've already sanded the bottom one, so you can see what we're going for here. And that's just basically a standard sander like that. The belt sander would certainly be quicker, but you do have some of these little delicate areas, and you could just nick that out, and it's just not worth the effort. So I'll do the top one, and then we've still got to work out how we're going to put these two pieces together. And then we have the linseed on, and this one I do. So I'll continue and sand the top piece. Right, that's this project finished. I've put on my linseed oil. It's still wet as we talk. And this one's finished. To actually join the two pieces together, I did and ah about things, and basically I just got these brackets. Just really cheap things, and it might look a bit over the top. But it's such a small piece, that'll do. I know where it's going to go. It's going on the side of a shed, so nobody's going to see what's behind it. So yep, that's it. One routed out name plaque with Buddha and Dragon. Thank you for watching.